How's it going, guys? We're going to get started here pretty soon. Just want to make sure that everything is working properly, and more importantly, that everybody can see and hear the stream. Thank you, Lanzer. Got about 4 minutes, guys, till we start, so if anybody's watching the video at this point, feel free to fast forward about 4 minutes. Alright, my friends, good to see everybody. We're about a minute early before stream time, so I'm essentially just kind of checking here, making sure everything is going okay. I want to give sort of a brief overview of the game itself before we jump right into battles, etc. And I think I'm going to do that, well, right about now. Now, we are playing the beta, so we just want to play here in Tunisia, but there's a few important things about the actual gameplay style that are going to be a little bit different from previous close combat games that I really want to go over. So we're going to go ahead and pretty much start with that. It's an interesting approach. So let's take a look here. Hey, Pinocchio, how you doing, buddy? What I'm going to do is actually go back and just pretty much give you guys an idea of how this goes, essentially. So I've seen a lot of actual comments regarding, oh, this is just an American playthrough, etc. That's not the case. So, in this game, you can play as both the Americans or the Germans. The thing about the Bloody First is that the campaign is really meant to be played as the Americans. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't play as the Germans. It also doesn't mean that you can't play as the Germans here in multiplayer, or that you could create a scenario where you play as the Germans. Again, if we jump into play a game, we go to Tunisia. Let's just go ahead and take First Blood. We can actually switch here between Germans and Americans. So this is, definitely a possibility. The thing that makes this a little bit different is, once again, the campaign is really mostly following the story of the Americans. Now, something very fascinating in this particular close combat that's quite different is going to be the fact that when you actually jump into a game here, like let me just give you guys an example. Let's say we're playing the Battle of Matur. So there's several different things happening here, and this is the beta, so this doesn't appear on the actual beta itself. But what would happen is you would essentially have the first mission would have half American, half German flag. This would be a German flag, this would be a German flag, this would be a German flag, etc. And essentially the idea is to do fairly well in the initial battle. If you're able to do well in the initial battle, of course you're going to get to battle number 2, no problem. But if you fail to take everything in battle number 1, well, you're going to be stuck here again. And there is going to be sort of a time limit of, essentially how much time you have to accomplish certain missions in the game. Not within the mission itself, but the actual campaign itself. So we're going to jump in, and we are going to play Hill 278 as the Americans here. and hopefully come out with a victory. So this is the U.S. 1st Infantry Division's offensive towards Matur through the rugged hill country north of the Tyne Valley. A major strongpoint blocks across the spine of an east-west ridge, and it's blocking our advance. So we're actually going to play here as the Americans and hopefully crush the Germans pretty quickly. I'm going to go ahead and play Hill 278. So the farm in the southwest is your only stronghold to coordinate a cross-country attack to take Hill 278. This rocky terrain will be slow-going and provide the enemy with too many opportunities to dig in. That is your advantage. With supporting tank destroyers, you will have the opportunity to attempt a flanking maneuver through the rocky terrain or along the road to the north. All right, I'm excited. As you can see, our force balance is a little more benefiting our side. So that's not necessarily such a bad thing. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed. And now this part is really important, guys. This is another addition to the game that I absolutely adore. And up here, essentially, you have different abilities that are going to be added depending on the campaign you're playing. In this case, we have a tank hunter team. You can also get a sniper, you can get an extra machine gun, an extra BAR. In fact, you can see some of these men here already have scouts. They've got an additional BAR, etc. But there is a downside. So if I was to take this tank hunter team and go here to the platoon reserves, it's essentially split this unit in half. Half would remain platoon reserves, the other half would become a new tank hunter team. Now, just to show you guys, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And as you can see, now we've got 2 different squads. We're going to proceed with this, but this is just giving you guys kind of an idea of the sort of new features that you can see in this close combat. Just take a look here at the chat, make sure everybody is hearing me all right. Test, test, test. If I can hear myself, that's a start. Okay, there we go. Good stuff. Thank you, Fjord. All right, so we're going to go ahead, guys, and jump in here. We got some 30 cal machine guns. This is another very important part of the game, and that is that support does not count as your main force. Now, I'm not telling you guys that you should go out and do like Agrippa does many times and just throw your men into an unwinnable fight and get them killed, but just keep in mind that these support units, they're not going to be following you through the campaign. So if you lose these guys, it doesn't matter. They're not going to follow you into the next battle anyway. In this case, we've got a scout car and a few 30 cal heavy machine guns. So let's get to fighting, and let's see if we can't push the Germans back. We've got a lot of land to take, and here in Tunisia, the terrain is vicious. As you can see, there are just rocks everywhere, mountains and hills everywhere. It can really be quite a problem. So Goat Hill is going to be the first one. And again, guys, if we don't take this entire area, then we're going to have to refight this battle with the points we have taken. I really enjoy that because it's very realistic. You know, it gives you a real battle realism. Another thing that will occur is if we have any vehicles that are destroyed in this particular map, then they're going to remain here for the next battle. So I just think that's awesome. Now, as you can see, I'm moving these bar teams. I thought I was moving that one, but guess not. I want to move these bar teams over here to the left side. In fact, I think this is the team that we split in 2. And we've got to decide kind of how we want to approach this. I'm just taking a look at the map. I think it's important, obviously, especially in this close combat, to really just get a view of all of the defensive points around you. So Hill 278 is going to be a real bad area to attack. I think we're going to have to approach sort of on the underside here. Hopefully we have cover from the top part of the mountain down there. But we're going to have to get on Goat Hill and put up a good defense. And I'm seeing some natural sort of barriers to defense here. So that's where I'm headed. I'm going to take the rifle team. I'm going to fast move them right there. I'm going to take the BAR team. I'm going to fast move them right about... that's not the best cover. We'll put them like this. And I'm going to take this BAR team, the one we split in 2. They're going to be responsible for actually taking Goat Hill. So we're going to send them here. And I'd like to get that 30 cal MG up as well, but I'm going to cheat a little bit. Well, I'm not really cheating, but I'm just pulling it up in the deployment phase. And I want to fast move them, try to get a position that's high up. Let's try to put them right there. Still got plenty of men to move, including those beautiful 30 cal heavy machine guns. So with 30 cal heavy machine gun, I'm going to grab this one and I'm going to move him. Actually, I'm going to fast move him right there. Do the same with the rifle team here. I'm going to fast move them right about there. And we do have the scout car. I think he's just going to get destroyed. And even though that unit is not going to be passed on to a next battle, it could affect our morale in this battle. So I'm thinking maybe we don't really do much with him. Maybe we just kind of keep him behind. All We're going to approach this way. I'm not going to do much else. We'll decide what to do with these units when the time comes. I think this is an okay approach. Now, one more thing with the 30 cal heavy machine gun. Let's try and push him over here, although I'm guessing the enemy will already be there. Yeah, this is a tough one. I'll put him right here. If the enemy starts opening fire, of course, we will pull back. Let's take a look here. Mountains indeed, Pinocchio. I mean, yeah, 100%, man. The terrain here is going to be very different from a lot of the other, I guess, you know, close combat games that you've played. There's really a lot more to do here, which I think is great. And in other close combat games, terrain was certainly important, but not nearly as important as it is here. I mean, there's no doubt about that. So I really love that. Hello, Malkavian. Okay, here we go, guys. So we've pretty much given our men orders. I'm going to take away the actual unit cards there, just to make it a little more realistic. And we are going to begin the fight. Let's hope that our movements were good. Of course, we really proceeded immediately to these defensive zones. And I want to see if I can spot... Yep, we're already in contact. That's one thing I love about close combat. You are not going to wait for contact. And sure enough, yeah, they did immediately start attacking the heavy machine gun. Kind of expected that. We're not going fast, we're just moving into position. We're trying to kind of remain calm. Come on, boys. Alright, I said I wasn't going to use the scout car. I absolutely lied. He does have a gun, so he's going to move up. And there we go. A few shots over, and sure enough, the Germans are all over Hill 278. It would be a great time to get some mortars, but that's not going to be an option. Alright, a few hits on Hill 278. I'm hoping that the firepower here is sufficient. I think I'm going to try to actually sneak behind the line to get this machine gun out of here. They're not helping. You know, they're just kind of a problem, honestly. And what I'm going to do is start fast-moving these guys over here to the bottom of these hills. I'm hoping that eventually we'll be able to use these as a sort of shock infantry force. We've got some rifle grenades firing over to Hill 278 as well. I love that. Our men are absolutely trying to take out this Schutzen. Look at these two VAR teams, well, a rifle team and a VAR team. We're going to have to move them up a little bit closer, guys. There's no doubt about it. Let's go. We'll have these guys provide cover fire. We'll also move the 30 cal heavy machine gun up here, too. I'm just hoping that the VAR team can provide enough cover fire for our guys to actually get across here. And I think they're doing an okay job. Keep it up, boys. Keep it up. Oh, boy. It is a vicious battlefield. Now, of course, just like any close combat game, I can go ahead and direct my fire. I will direct it towards the Schütze here. But I found that typically in this game, the AI is quite good at sort of deciding where the best place to shoot is. I'm not saying always let the AI take control, but occasionally the AI will get it right here. So I'm going to fast move these guys. I'm going to try to flank the enemy. This is a risky flank. And actually even more risky because they've got some guys here. Yeah, maybe a flank's not the best idea. We'll simply try to push our boys up a little bit closer. We're eventually going to have to go ahead and do an all-out charge on this position. Let me also take a look back here and see how this 30 cal machine gun is doing. Make sure we're firing directly at the Schutzen. Now, another thing that's important, guys, is in this beta version, we're able to zoom in quite a lot. But in the actual game itself, there will be a limit to the zoom. You won't be able to zoom, you know, right up to your soldier's face, essentially. But you'll be able to get fairly close. All right, here we go. Now, this is where we really have to separate the men from the boys, and I'm thinking we go ahead and try and charge that position with this unit. We're kind of doing a leapfrog maneuver, I think you guys can see. Let's go. Go for it, boys. Wish I should do a fast move. Shame on me. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Right now, it's just a nice little gunfight going on. I don't even think the casualties are going to be too crazy. Just because we've all got cover, we're all, you know, exchanging rounds. It's a pretty interesting situation. We're going to go and push those guys up as well and continue this gunfight. Worry about this. Yeah, our boys are going to get taken out here. Come on, come on. Get those fragmentation grenades. I know you guys got a few. All right, one German down. We are getting into position. There's the frag grenade. Always like to see those. Come on. just off target. I feel like now that we've already put so much into this attack, we should just continue. I'm not sure specifically what unit we'd be able to push forward here, unless it's one of these units in reserve. Like this rifle team, for example. So we'll fast move them up here as well. And of course, the way this works, guys, is the next battle, if we're unable to push forward, of course, we'll have the Goat Hill as a new dropping off point, but we're still going to have to take the rest of these areas from the enemy. We've got to get the BAR team up, so I'm actually going to sneak with them. I don't want them to get shot at as they're moving. And it looks like we actually took the central hill, Hill 278. You can actually see some trenches here where the enemy was before. Yeah, we've got to try and just completely take that position 100%. So it is dangerous, but I'm moving my boys up. Absolutely moving them up. We don't want to lose this area. Come on, boys.
Get me out of here. We're doomed, soldier.
Keep your heads down. Wonder if it's time to move these guys up too. I really don't think so, just because we know there are Germans right here on this ridge. So it would turn out pretty poorly for us. All right, beautiful. Hey, I'm happy with this. We've got Hill 278. That's a huge start. You can see up here that the morale is actually pretty even on both sides. And that's primarily just because there haven't been many casualties. Now I think that's going to change, because this hill is a point of contention for both sides. So I think now things are definitely going to change. Can we fire at that unit? Maybe not. Maybe we make a push with these guys over there. Or wait a minute, where's that scout car? As long as it hasn't been destroyed already. Let's fast move him up here. Don't know how effective this is going to be, but he does have a machine gun, a 50 cal. Alright, one of our groups moving back. Not a good sign. We're under heavy fire. At least the 30 cal has pretty much picked out that Schutzen unit, that machine gun unit right there. But for how long? That's the question. Also, we've got some Germans creeping closer. I don't like that one bit. Might as well have pushed our scouts up. Let's do that. And we're going to take this group as well. Oh boy, I think they're going to force off the next infantry. That BAR team is moving back. Absolutely. So for now, we're going to remain calm. I'm guessing the enemy's going to go ahead and go to try and take the point, but we are not moving from this position for now. This really is the shootout at the OK Corral. It's just a nice little gunfight we've got with these guys. All right, here we go. Scout car arriving. Please tell me we can do something with this baby. Now again, it's a scout car. It's not really it's not made technically for direct combat, but I'm hoping that it's going to make a difference here. Come on. As you can see, the terrain even conforms to the vehicles, so going up this hill is quite tough for this car. There's a rocky hill with sand everywhere. This is not an easy place to climb at all. Tracers are also beautiful. All right, here we go. Spotting any yet. We're gonna have to push forward a little bit more. It's risky, but we have no choice. Just go for it, boys, go for it. Yep, full power to the engine. We're still not close enough to target the Schutzen. All these hills are kind of protecting the enemy. I'm just gonna stay right here. In case we need to respond, we'll be ready. We also have a little bit of cover for any units moving up. So if we've damaged these guys significantly, and we have, look at that, and we just hit another guy in the enemy machine gun team, then I'm going to feel very safe to move into Hill 27B. 278, pardon me. Yep, just going to be... I think that Schutzen's getting out of here. I believe we should probably make our move. Let's take the platoon reserves. We're going to push them up here onto the hill. I'm going to fast move the scout car as well. But I wonder if we can get him directly on top of the hill. He's going to have to take a bit of a detour, but I think it's worth it. And we'll also try to get the 30 cal up there as well. Go, boys. For the big red one. Let's do it. As you guys may have assumed, the actual name of the game, The Bloody First, is based off the 1st Infantry Division. The actual 1st Infantry Division. Now, yep, we thought that might happen. Enemy tossing a grenade and destroying that half-track. But now we've got some infantry here, so maybe this was a nice trade-off. We'll have to wait and see. Now, I want you guys to take a look at the burning here. I think it's wonderful. Really well done here. You can actually see that plume of smoke, essentially just from a leaking gasoline tank, constantly leaking. So a very real effect of sort of burning gas. You just see that fast plume of smoke rising up very, very quickly. Just burning off all that gas very fast. So we technically have taken the hill, but of course our men have been forced away from it twice. I think that would be our sort of an idea that we shouldn't be approaching this hill anymore. We can maybe come back next battle, or maybe we can even try another attack with another group of men. But I think in general that hill is pretty darn unsafe in just about every way. Now some of the guys are actually going back. The platoon reserves are quite brave. Oh, it's a 30 cal heavy machine gun. Let me just see if they could just stay here and defend the area, and that's if they're willing to remain here. Going to be a heck of a pyrotechnic display here for quite a while. Now, if you guys see the countdown there, 1922, still a lot left to fight for, a long time left to fight, I should say, in this battle. So, you know, it really comes down to, can they break our morale? I don't know. If they can break our morale, then the battle will end early. If not, this might go to the very end. Come on. Just going to have him defend. That's all I want him to do, just defend. Enemy grenades. Stay down. Oh, man. Another idea is to try and go up the sides over here, but as you can see, they've got another Schutzen unit here, a machine gun unit. In fact, that thing is way too close to my men. Let me get them over here. Just a little farther from the actual Schutzen. He's still able to fire over here, but as soon as this ridge begins, the Schutzen can't see these guys up on top. You see, those tracers are flying right by, though. You know what we could really use right now? Well, armor, obviously. But one thing I think we could use and that would really help in this battle would be a mortar. And actually, mortars are usually available as support weapons. But again, keep in mind the support doesn't necessarily come with you to every single battle. Let's take a look here at the chat. I have just been fighting so long, man. It's incredible. Yeah, I think we rushed. I think I was a little overconfident. When I actually put my first battle, or the first two battles on my channel, we crushed the enemy with a charge like this. But I think on this battle, it's different because of Hill 278. It's just a beautiful sort of hill rising out of the center here. There's so many areas around to take cover. I'm not surprised. So at this point, we might just wait for it to sort of tone down. We could ask for a truce. Although, over my dead body. Come on, we're not asking for a truce. That's just... No way. No way am I going to do that. Okay, beautiful. Another hit. We're still getting some lucky shots, obviously, on the Germans. But yeah, I think you guys are right. For this battle, we're going to have to be very, very, very gentle, essentially. And just sort of work the enemy out of these positions. What I'm actually hoping for is I'm actually hoping that they will try and retake the hill. Because with all of the guys we have waiting here, I mean, just take a look at all of the soldiers we've got. We would absolutely obliterate them. The BAR team, let's move them over here. I want to move this 30 cal machine gun into a place where it's going to be actually useful. For now, it's going to just have to stay right there. Now, we could attempt just a fast move across, securing the hill for sure. But I think that move, I mean, it would kill a lot of men moving across here just to take this area. I'm not sure if it's worth it. We've also still got units of the 30 cal team, one of them at least kind of standing in the area, but not doing much else. All right, a little lull in the battlefield. That's maybe the first second we've had without gunfire for quite a while. Let's take a look at this German unit. So it is a Schutzen. Oh man, I'm so tempted just to grab this group and jump right up the side there. Problem isn't so much this MG unit, it's the MG units over here. Oh boy. So we are going to boost the truce. I don't think the enemy will accept, though. I mean, obviously, when the enemy's doing this well, it's typically not a good idea to accept. Also, they would be accepting our position on Hill 278, which is right in the middle of the map, as you can see. Only 2 more points to take after Hill 278. It just wouldn't necessarily be a good idea for them. But I was so tempted, and I mean so tempted, to go ahead and rush across. And I think I could do this in a responsible way, folks. And that's going to be throwing the smoke grenades. Any smoke grenades I have. Have faith in the 1st Division, man. Target out of range. Target out of range. Here we go. We're doing it.
Keep your heads down.
Let's go, boys. The bloody 1st is on the move. Get up there, get up there. We send them to different areas. We'll get this guy to go over here. Come on. Come on, this hill is ours. Stay back, Jerry. I'm going to leave that BAR team right there just for some covering fire. Come on, engage, engage, engage. Because of the damn smoke, we can't see the enemy unit. We've actually just helped them there on the left side a little bit. All right, immediately we want to get into defensive mode. So I'm just going to defend. Beautiful, beautiful. Got 2 units up there. Some of these guys were too weak to really attempt anything in the first place. But man, if we can get just a few more units in there. Let's move the BAR team. Come on, boys. I think now if they pop up, we should be able to spot them. Here we go. All right. Doesn't look like we're being engaged as much on the hill. And finally took out the MG there. Throwing some grenades down at the enemy. That's what I want to see. This hill is ours. There's no debate, no discussion to be had. Open fire on the MG squad. Provide some covering fire there for our boys. I don't know why this assault team decided to go so damn far. Stay put. That guy's just, I don't know what's going on there. He is just, I think one of our men is gone completely insane. He's just charging towards the enemy. I think even our assault team that had a great grasp on the hill, a great grip on the hill, is going to pull back here. So we're going to have to come back next turn. Now, if we can hold that center, that'll be perfect. Another German down. Just barely got another one of these guys on the MG team. They should have 1 guy left. Yeah, all these other guys are dead. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 guys left. And obviously we knocked out a few over here, but I think we're gonna have to come back with some heavier stuff. At the very least, we're gonna have to come back with a mortar to be able to knock these guys out of this position. Yeah, I'm definitely not moving forward anymore. At this point, we'll just hope that the enemy pushes, and that we get another opportunity to knock out a few more Germans. Yeah, it is interesting to see if the AI will counterattack. Oh, we've got to try everything, Firefly boy. We got to have some fun. We'll do next battle. We'll be real careful on our approach. That's what we'll do. We'll really approach this with the finesse, let's say. All right, 11 minutes. And it doesn't look... I mean, we are seeing some gunfire being exchanged here, but from what I understand, it's not actually gunfire of them moving. It's simply that Schutzen targeting this position and these guys returning fire. That's all that's really going on. At the very least, we could get these guys just pretty much set up here in a defensive position.
Внимание! Говорит
See if we can
Москва.
grab BAR team.
Слушайте Москву.
All right, let's see.
Taking fire!
Spasiba. Fast move over here. Now, I think at this point, there's not even a point. I was going to essentially put the guys right here just in case the enemy tries to sort of flank down here or in case they start to make a major push for Hill 278. But I really think the best thing to do right now is just stay put. I mean, we can technically take that hill as long as they don't go to it. So I'm being a little stubborn here. I'm just going to stay put. Hopefully the Germans don't take the hill back, and then next turn, next battle, we'll essentially have this as a starting location. So if we feel like it, we could put all of our men right here on top of the hill and just make it a massive defensive position, which is actually what I'm hoping we can do. And that's essentially put some 30 cal or 50 cal machine guns out here, obviously some infantry here in the center, and pretty much any enemy attacks, unless they have armor, of course, are going to be completely crushed in seconds. We actually still got a fresh BAR team here. Engage. I'm not sure why they weren't able to engage already, but beautiful. Hopefully we'll get some hits on the Schutzen over here. Enemy's got a lot of machine guns, man. Like a lot of machine guns. Wait a minute, this guy came back! How did he survive? That was amazing, This guy, please don't get shot, he is awesome. And it's gonna be Harmon or Sims, it's one of the two. It might be Bell. Yeah, I think that's gonna be Bell, just because he's broken, which would explain him running into the enemy lines, a crazed man. He has survived the battle, incredible. Actually went over here and somehow did not get hit. That's got to be the luckiest guy in this particular division.
Keep your heads down!
Fire over another truce. Yeah, they're not going to accept that truce. There's no way. This is another interesting button, guys. I might as well show it to you now. And that is the sort of topography button itself, which, let's say you're not sure kind of whether this hill is bigger than this one. You simply click this button to the right of truce. This will give you kind of a topography overlay. You can kind of get down here and get a closer look, of course, and kind of see where you want to put your men. But it's good to just take a look here to kind of see the different, I guess, paths up these hills, etc. Definitely a useful tool, and this is one of many useful tools in the new CC. As you can see, also, it sort of avoids these areas that have no topography, that aren't really hilly at all, and focuses on the important areas here in the center. We got some nice gunfire going down at that MG team right now. There's so many obstacles in the way in this desert region. Now, keep in mind, guys, we are playing in Tunisia for this battle, but there's several other places we can play in this particular game. I believe we're playing with a beta version, so we just have Tunisia. But there's France, there's Sicily, or Italy, of course, but specifically the island of Sicily, which is beautiful and definitely worth checking out. So there's going to be quite a few locations here. It's not just going to be one area to play in like every other close combat. You know, if you're playing the Russian front, you're just going to be on the Eastern Front. If you're playing close combat, Gateway to Caen, you're going to essentially be in Normandy and essentially northern France for most of the game. This game really allows you to move around quite a lot, which I enjoy. So sort of like different biomes depending on where you are. Of course, here in Tunisia, we're in a very desert biome. As you move into France, of course, you're going to see more green, you're going to see more grass, trees, etc. So I think it really opens itself up to many different possibilities in terms of what location you want to be fighting in any particular battle. Thank you, Ouch Cube. Alright, we've still gotten some shots. But again, not much happening in this fight. Essentially just hoping the enemy doesn't take the hill. That's pretty much all that's going on here. Neither side is moving. We're just exchanging gunfire. And I really enjoy this. I don't know if you guys are fans of just a good old gunfight, but many times in war, this is exactly what's happening. You're just having exchange of rounds consistently throughout a day, throughout several hours or minutes or seconds even. That really leads to nothing. It's just, you know, kind of just pretty much hoping that someone's bullet finally will land. And that's exactly what's going on here. Neither of our units are going to move. They're going to keep their positions and just pretty much exchange fire. I thought I saw some movement there for a second. No, they're not going to leave. But as you guys see, this is definitely a cause for concern. You guys see that back there? We've just spotted some enemy trenches. So they're also going to have not just that Schutzen unit. They're going to have units waiting back here as well. Up here they have another Schutzen unit. Or this one's actually a proper MG34. But, man, it seems like they've gone just entirely into machine guns for this battle. 420, guys. It's counting down very, very soon. We still have the hill. My attacking side is desperate to just go ahead and take it right now. Once again, for a charge, but I'm just going to hope that the enemy knows better than to get any closer. Alright, so we should be starting actually with most of the battlefield in any case.
Keep your heads down. I can't take it anymore.
Maybe what we could do next time we approach this battle is, if you guys take a look at the road over here, this seems pretty hidden from anything up in this area until you actually get up here into the hills. So maybe we should have gone here. We should have had the cover of that sort of overhang. Just hang out underneath that. And then pushed up this way. Let's be honest. On this desert terrain, it's dangerous no matter how you're moving. So we're going to need appropriate covering fire. Again, maybe some armored support or mortars. It's a tough cookie. It's a tough nut to crack for sure. Make sure we didn't forget anybody on the left. No, we don't have anybody there. 224, come on. How frustrating is it going to be if the Germans walk in at 110 or even 30 seconds? I don't think they do, though. I think we got the hill. I think they actually assume, since, just to give you guys a perspective, their view is something like this. I think they assume that we must have men on the other side waiting here. That's my only guess, especially with the burning vehicle. It's going to be a little tougher for them to get any sort of eyes on target. So I think that's got to be the only thing that's stopping them from pushing into this area. Because they could take that machine gun unit, even though we've shot the hell out of them, and move it in here and still take the point, technically. We'll just set them up on ambush formation now. I'm not expecting anybody to show up, but we'll kind of get down here, and as you can see, our men have laid on the ground. Kind of trying to lure the enemy into a false sense of security to get into this area. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't like that unit up here, the MG-34. As you can see, their hits are quite directly on this this unit, whereas our hits are kind of pinging off the side or pinging down here. Not a good position to be in. Do we have any smoke grenades? Yes, we do. Might not be the best time to use a smoke grenade, but we're down to 1 minute, and as you can see, taking casualties. You see that? So I'm really trying to reduce the amount of casualties. Come on now. There you go. Did you guys see that? That was beautiful. He laid on his side to throw the smoke. That is really cool, man. So hopefully that'll stop the machine gun from targeting us and at least save that unit for another battle. And the hill is still ours, but look at that! Look at that! We got movement on the left! Open fire, boys. Everybody open fire. You see what I mean? I knew they were going to make a move eventually. Let them have it. Let them have it. Nice shooting. There we go. One down. I wish we had a few more seconds. Another one down. So this was the key. This is what we should have done. I mean, of course, they may have just moved because it's the very end. They were trying to grab some more territory. But what we should have done is pretty much just remain there. After our first charge, when we fell back, we could have just had our guys on ambush mode, and we would have just waited for the enemy to come and chase us. So it did end in a stalemate. We did get a stalemate. I don't think I deserve one, but I'll take it. So we're going to go ahead and push into the next battle. I'm going to take a look here at the chat, make sure everybody's okay. Tony First Gen, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I think Firefly Boy's absolutely right. We might need mortars. Sure, we can do that. We can do that, Tasku. Absolutely. What we're actually going to do, we'll jump back to command. I just want to show you guys what we would do essentially here is next would be the next battle. Oh, we jumped into command. Since this is sort of a beta, we don't have it, but just to give you guys an idea, jump into First Blood. Sorry, it wasn't First Blood, was it? It was Sabiba. Let's go to main. So essentially, had we won this battle, okay, what would have happened? Or in this case, we got a stalemate. So what would happen is essentially, if you're playing the release version, half of that flag would be an American flag, half would be a German. You haven't taken the town yet. You know, we've taken the center, pretty cool, but we haven't taken the entire area. Now let's assume we played battle number 2 and we managed to take the entire area. Well, then suddenly, this white dot next to Sabiba town would be an entirely American flag, and the Sabiba Ridge would remain, would become 50-50, because now we would be challenging the Germans on the ridge. And this is kind of the way that the campaigns in this game are kind of played. So if you're stuck on one battle, let's say we went back to that battle, we lost again, got stuck there, we lost again a third time, got stuck there, that could be the end of the campaign. Just our inability to move forward would stop us. Now let's assume that we won here, we went here, we won a battle here, but then got pushed back. That's right, we'd go back here and the enemy would be counterattacking. So it's really like a progressive campaign thing, which I enjoy. Over here on the left side, we've also got a tremendous amount of different battles. Just a ton of different battles. Some custom battles, just, you know, if you guys want to, of course, create your own. But right now we're sticking with really the grand campaign. We'll probably change the battle sounds in-game, but we'll go ahead and lower the SFX a bit. Somebody mentioned they wanted it just a bit lower, so we'll do that. Alright, guys. Now, I'm going to see if I have access to the Normandy. I don't think I do because I'm playing beta, but I'd love to jump into that for you guys. Let's take a look here. 21st Gen says, interesting stuff. Yes, indeed. And a different approach. Again, definitely a different approach. Let's take a look. All right. So we're going to jump into another fight, my friends. And I want to see if I can get into Normandy. I'm not sure we can, but I really want to do the battle at Omaha Beach, of course. And I'm going to switch sides to the Germans at Omaha Beach. So this will be a truly defensive fight if we can get in. But yeah, we can't. We are playing the beta version, so we are stuck with Tunisia for now. But as you can see, Normandy and Sicily are two different options. Now, the Kasserine Pass, definitely known for major armored battles. We might go into Kasserine Pass for a fight, but I think I'm going to stick with my Americans. Let's stick to Mature Hill 278 was the last battle we fought. We could attempt it again, but I think what I'm going to try is the Tyne Valley. So, the Axis front has cracked and Allied forces are streaming toward Bizerte and Tunis. But the German forces facing the 1st U.S. Infantry Division continue to offer stubborn resistance in the hills just south of Matur, and the division has ordered one more offensive in an effort to break through and join the pursuit. Well, you know what that means. We're going to have to go ahead and play in the Tyne Valley here. Let me actually just real quickly, I just saw something. Maybe I've gone insane. Maybe we can actually play Omaha Beach. Yes, we can. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We're so lucky, guys. All right. We're going to play Omaha Beach. So here's what we're going to do. This is a pretty well-known battle, the Battle of D-Day. I'm going to let you guys decide. Do you want us to play as the Americans or the Germans? Go ahead and tell us in the comments, because I'm tempted to play as both. I mean, I think it would be just as fascinating a battle if we're defending with some machine guns or if we're trying to break through. No worries, OuchCube. Thanks for letting me know, man. And if anybody has issues with sound, yeah, that always helps to just tell us in the comments. Okay, Tony's saying USA. Jacula's saying USA. Grey Knight Germans. OuchCube Germans. It's a 2-2. The next one to answer is going to be USA. Wavell says USA. How you doing, buddy? And Firefly Boy, too. So we're going to go for the USA and see if we can't break through Omaha Beach. So I think for sure... Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, I was worried about that. Sorry, guys. Well, at least you guys can play as the USA when you play the game. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it's too bad. So we'll jump into Tyne Valley. This is what we had set up before. Yeah, and see how we do here as the Americans. Play both then, says Tasku. And we certainly would. We certainly would have played both if we were able to get into the battle. But again, we are here in the beta for now, so we'll play with the beta. So let's play in the Tyne Valley. Okay. And it's going to be an allied attack. We've got some artillery support, I believe, for this mission. And that's going to be very useful. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into our support. And I'm going to get us some different stuff here. I'll get rid of that 30 cal machine gun. I want to see if we got some mortars. I don't believe we have mortars, though. Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Mortar selection. Well, wait a minute. It's a mortar selection HQ. 60mm mortar. Can we get them in? Maybe we have to take out some more of the support to get in the 60mm mortar. Let's just focus on support here. Okay, so it would have to be part of our main force. Interesting. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Let's get those 30 cals back. We'll go to our main force. I'm going to get rid of a rifle team. Because I would love to get this 60mm mortar. Yes, beautiful. We could also throw in the tank hunter team. I'll throw that on that rifle team right there. And we will fight. Let's do it. We gotta crush the Germans in this one, boys. Alright, oh my goodness. So this is a much bigger map than the one we just fought on, as you can see. Quite a large map. Going all the way over here. So you can really see the massive amount of different actual maps that you're going to have in this game. And I want to approach this with caution. First of all, let's take a look and see where our mortar is. So the mortar's right there. I'm not moving him. He's staying put. We want to get to the Jebel Omar area. We want to do this in a safe way. And there's really not much cover up here on Jebel Omar once we get up there. Yeah, I hate to say that. So maybe, oh man, you know what? We'll do this. We'll kind of get on this edge of the hill. I'm going to leave that 30 cal there as sort of supporting fire. We'll take this rifle team and we'll fast move him closer here to the hill. I think Jebel Pass is really the important thing, and I'll show you guys why. If we hit the topography here, this is a really nice hill. All of this area in the middle is flat, all of it. So already I think you guys can see what I'm going for. I'm going to grab some of these teams. I'm going to put them up here and pretty much prepare to engage. We'll obviously get one of these guys to go to Jebel Pass, but it's not the safest place in the world. In fact, this map is a lot flatter than the map we just played on. Let's grab just all of these folks. We're going to have to move them little by little. Again, pretty risky, but we're going to move the machine gun, try to get it set up there. And I'll get some more guys over by Jebel Pass to pretty much just set up on the pass itself. So let's get this MG, and we're going to fast move him, like, right there. The rest of these guys are in an okay position. I'm not going to mess with them too much. And the BAR team, maybe we'll push him kind of over here. There's some rock cover. I'm just not sure how successful or useful it's going to be for this fight. Yeah, I think we're just going to keep most of these guys over in this area. All right, let's move forward. Let's see how things go. We will respond to the situation as it unfolds. How's that? So here we go. Begin. Of course, we've got that beautiful mortar now. We can actually provide some mortar fire. He's going to be right there. Right, there we go. There we go. Go for it, boys. Get into Jebel Omar. And we do have an artillery barrage. We've got several different things. We've got a mortar barrage and an artillery barrage. Hopefully we get to use them, and quite soon. So we actually got here without any fighting whatsoever. That's not something I expected, but definitely lets me know that we've got to go ahead and continue pushing. All right, there we go. There we go. Wow, that's pretty tremendous. Let's go ahead. Probably a little too early to be using this barrage anyway, but we're going to pop it right there, guys. We're going to drop a little mortar barrage on the enemy, so you guys get a view of the mortars in-game. I want to select our mortar unit, but I don't want to leave before we fire that barrage. We're going to have to, for the lives of our men. All right, let's take the 60mm mortar. And at this distance, I hope we still get an effective shot. It looks like we're actually facing enemy paratroopers. These are Fallschirmjägers here. They're not an enemy you really want to mess with. Okay. Oh, that was a little too close. That was perfect. And there we go. We hit a guy right there. I think it's actually the scout car getting these shots as well. And yeah, let's just target the Fallschirmjäger division with the scout car. That 50 cal is useful for sure. But as far as moving forward, I'm not sure. We have taken the first 2 points, of course. That's awesome. But we've got plenty more to take. I think we should make it towards Matir Junction. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this 30 cal. Hopefully there's nobody here. We'll set it behind that stone wall. Take this 30 cal as well. Also try to set it behind that stone wall and push our way up. Let's see how our boys are doing up here. See if we got any casualties. I think so far they're doing pretty well. Doing pretty well. Okay, I had to say that the moment the enemy dropped a motherload of artillery on us. That's got to be Nebelwerfers. Just has to be Nebelwerfers. Oh my goodness. Talk about a beating. Wow. Ouch. Definitely ouch. See, I was trying to show off for you guys. I'm like, guys, don't worry. We got this. We got support. We're going to be just fine. And then the Germans have to pull one of these. Really? Oh my goodness. You're really trolling me, Germany. I'm going to try to move these guys up over here. There we go. We've got some additional fire. Beautiful. So that fire is continuing to fall. Absolutely awesome. And, of course, we still have the artillery strike. I don't want to use it just yet, but obviously that's something that in time we will want to take a look at and possibly use against the enemy. Now, since last time we made a push and got massacred, I'm very nervous in terms of making a push here, so we're not going to do it until we're absolutely certain. In fact, I'm going to switch the trajectory of our 60mm mortar so it's firing on this guy. So I think he's a bit more of a threat. But we might not have a good view. We just have an idea of where he is, and that's not good enough for me. So just keep firing at the Fallschirmjäger. Oh, they got a smashing hit on our half-track. He was doing so well, but unfortunately he has been pushed back. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Let's see if our boys made it over there. They actually did. We could attempt to go for Matir Junction. I am going to push. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fast move right there. And I'm going to do the same with this 30 cal team. And the realm of possibilities once you get 3D in this game is crazy. You know, in other close combat games, sure, you might jump into a building, but the other forms of cover weren't necessarily as valuable. Obviously, if you got behind a wall, that would help too, but here you can actually see the walls. See them quite well, too. There we go. Come on, boys. We've already taken out a few Germans here, but still a lot of them. Look at that Fallschirmjäger MG team. They are just ripe, just totally fresh. Let's grab... We're going to have to take the mortar once again. And right on top of the Fallschirmjäger MG. I really want to drop artillery right here. And that's what I'm going to do. Fire for effect, boys. Fire for effect. These guys are quite cocky right now. They're kind of standing. Some of them are standing. Some of them are kneeling, firing at us. They don't think anything can hurt them. We're going to change that perspective, or that perception, very, very soon. Thinking I might also grab these units back here, the assault team. Alright. And again, whittling down enemy troops is the name of the game right now. Just like in the last battle, we learned our lesson. Charging across like crazy is not going to win us any favors. But potentially taking these guys out one by one might just work. Looks like the enemy had the same idea and started firing right at us too. I'm going to put the guys right here. Not the greatest location for them, I admit. But they're kind of out in the open here at Jebel Pass getting hit with all these shots. So it's probably a good time to get them out of here. And yes, of course, there's topography in the game, but there's also damage to the battlefield. And this damage will continue into the next battle. So again, if we come back and fight here, all of these shell holes are going to remain and, of course, can be used as defensive locations, you know, sort of temporary foxholes, etc. And the burning vehicles will also remain. Of course, they won't be burning. This will be a few minutes, hours after the initial battle. I'm just going to have these guys go ahead and set up an ambush. Of course, they can be seen, but ambush will have them put their heads down, which I think is a great idea. All right, let's get a look over there on the left. I love the size of these battlefields, man. I was thinking that the battle we played before, that was going to be like the max size. This is impressive. We're going to try to get the guy in the building, and I'm going to send this MG unit through the other entrance to the junction. Just because if one of them gets ambushed by the enemy, we've got the other one at least to set up. There we go! We got back just in time for artillery. Some massive casualties right there as well. That's the anti-tank gun. We just hit it. And that must have been what killed our poor half-track. I hope we get another barrage. That just seemed to be one long... There we go. Beautiful. I'm almost tempted, guys, to go for the middle hill area here, since we're causing casualties on the enemy side. A few more direct hits and I'll have no choice. I'm going to fast move these guys up to the junction. I believe we've taken it, guys. I believe we've taken the junction, which is pretty cool. Let's take a look here at the chat. And please, guys, feel free to ask any games you want. I will do my best to answer questions, or ask any questions you want about the game. I will do my best to answer them. Let's take a look. Yeah, so that's a really interesting question, Firefly Boy. I think what he's mentioning is like the fact that you have machine gun teams, you have German machine gun teams, and then you have German machine gun teams that specify the MG34 machine gun. And yeah, I pretty much think that Fjord is correct on this, that they wouldn't necessarily have time to replace every single German machine gun with an MG34. You know, obviously the newest model, or MG42, etc. I would guess, again, I'm just guessing, that that's why we have some machine gun teams, etc. Maybe some of the Germans were still using somewhat old equipment, etc. for the standard MG teams. I'm really not sure, but it's an interesting look at the topic. Now, this is another thing I really love here. If you guys take a look at the morale up top, both of us are suffering pretty badly. Not terribly, but we're quite equal in the loss of morale. This is a much more even-keeled battle, let's say. Unless I decide to charge across, which I think you guys already know me well enough by now. It's probably exactly what I'm going to end up doing. But I'll try and just hold for now, because we got a decent location. I mean, we've got a machine gun here. We got a 30 cal hanging out the window, just waiting for the enemy to approach. I think we're in a pretty good spot right now, so I'm not gonna really move much. I might keep on firing the mortar, of course. Oops, sorry. Grab that mortar and... Uh-oh, we are out of mortar rounds. Okay. Oh, they always disappear too quickly, don't they, folks? It's just like money. The moment you have it, you lose it immediately. Here we go. Come on now. Come on. Another hit. We got another hit, guys. Our boys are getting some great shots across there. But I really want to go for Middle Hill. All right, here's what we're going to do. You guys knew it was only a matter of time. Oh, should I try this? I know I shouldn't. Here's what we'll do. Send them over here. So the topography will protect them. If you take a look here, they'll be able to hide pretty much here, and then we'll decide what to do. Another enemy hit over there. As soon as you guys see that little, the red cross pop up, that's just a sign that an enemy has been killed or wounded on the other side. Obviously, you only find out at the end of the battle. Used to be, for those of you that have played the older close combat games, that if a guy had like a pool of blood around his body when he got hit, he was dead, and if he just had a little bit, he was wounded, which was kind of a funny way to tell dead from wounded. Another one! Another one! Guys, our boys are just getting consistent hits in this area on the Germans, and that gun is completely out of commission. We just got a pile of dead Germans behind that gun. And a bunch of dead Germans up here on the hill as well, but more alive than dead. We still got 3 guys alive on that Fallschirmjäger team. Another hit, and this time on the Germans right here. Our boys are just doing great. Yep, he's down. He is down. Ostensibly, we could make an attack, guys. It's not the craziest thing to try. Wonder if our mortar has smoke mortars left. He should have smoke mortars left. Let's take a look. No. No, he doesn't have smoke. Oh, man. Let's just take a look at the status right now of our boys. A lot of the guys over here just taking cover. Oh, we got Germans. We got Germans moving across. You see that, guys? We've got Germans moving across. Oh, come on. Somebody hit him. Somebody hit him. At that distance, they're not going to get a single hit. Wow, Bullet really lost his mind. I mean, I know you don't like Germans, Bullet, but really, is that necessary? They just... listen, look, they're just, you know, I know. They've done terrible things. I know. It's awful. It is. We're trying to kill them all, Bullet. We're doing our best right now, man. Just calm down. Calm down. We're gonna have to bring him in a second. He really does not like Germans. All right, here we go. We definitely have that group right there making it across, and we're getting hit from this side as well. I think this line will hold while I close that window. Hold on, folks. Yeah, he's really very pro-U.S. Army guy, you know, or dog, I should say. That's why we named him Bullet. He's a big fan of the 5.56 millimeter round. All right, so we got these Germans across, and I really want to kind of like get these guys closer, but getting them closer would be, of course, getting them out of this position, it'd be a lot easier for the enemy to hit us. So all we can do is just target them and try to knock them out as they make that move. And they're definitely trying to stock up more men here on the hill. I would do the same thing because they know that if we go for a charge on this hill right now, we will probably be able to take it. So they're trying to stop that. And look at that! For once, we've got the Germans pulling back. The enemy Fallschirmjäger, aka paratroopers here, actually falling back quite quickly. I don't think you're going to make it to your hill, friends. And now I'm more confident than ever that not attacking offensively here is probably the right option. Now, another thing we could do, since we did so well at Mature Junction, barely took any hits at all, is we could take the guys here. We could try to take the Mazzarea area. I'm going to take a BAR team. Here's what I'll do. Just to be safe, first I'll smoke out in front. Throw a smoke grenade there. And then we'll take this team. We'll keep it behind this sort of shack. It's not going to provide the best defense from enemy bullets, but, you know, it's all we've got right now, so we'll do it. And I'm going to try to take that location as well. See if our boys have taken any serious hits here. Just one down. Not bad. Not bad at all. Much safer position than where we were before, that's for sure. Oh, I just saw some casualties there on the left side. So if you look at the map, oh my goodness, beautiful. We engaged some Germans, but if you look at the map, you can actually see that that red cross pop up on the map as well. So if you're like focused over here, you'll see it sort of pop up here on these guys. Incredible. We actually just took out, without my knowledge, while we were focusing elsewhere, we completely crushed that German team. Look at that. 6 Germans down. Unfortunately, our 30 cal also took 2 hits, and he's pulling back to cover. But we got a pretty good idea of where the Germans are. We've got some groups right there, and probably some additional German groups there at Mazzarea waiting for us. Pause here a second, take a look at the chat. Can you put the guys on the roof? Not that I know of, no. Not that I know of. Firefly Boy says, Americans were probably the only warring faction that were able to refit their army according to their own battle doctrines. Semi-auto rifles were supposed to be a standard issue weapon for the Soviets as well, but war got in the way of planned modernization. Interesting. Yeah, it certainly will. It certainly will. Unknown is correct on that. I mean, again, this is a beta. I want to be very clear on that, guys. You know, beta is not representative of the final product, especially in terms of close combat. There's a lot planned. I pretty much can't say anything besides that. All right, here we go, boys. I want my vengeance. Actually, the Germans should be the ones looking for vengeance because we've pretty much crushed them in this battle. Some great hits on the enemy. They're trying to move across. Now they're getting desperate. They've got a Zugführer unit. I believe that is a command unit. Of course, Führer is German for leader. You don't need to take a German class to know that. I really do want to move these guys up. Here's what we'll do. We'll just keep them on this side of the wall. I'm just hoping that we get like a better view of the enemy. Maybe not. Maybe not. But we're already down to 13 minutes. I mean, we're doing pretty well. We've definitely taken more locations than we started with. Huge plus. But see, some of our units are panicking. One of our units specifically is panicking over here, the BAR team. And they've just decided to kind of walk in all different directions. I like the simulation of battle fatigue. You know, if you are, if you're in shell shock, you're liable to do a bunch of different crazy things. Anything from just cowering down and crying in fear to charging the enemy in a pointless attack. You know, it's all possible. Let's take a look there. I think they may have sent another MG unit up on the middle hill. At the very least, they're still trying to move these guys across the Fallschirmjägers. Have they not learned their lesson yet? Let's see if we can get anybody else targeting these guys. We're going to move the assault team forward a bit. Yeah, they're not going to have the best cover, but they'll be able to return fire. And I am sneaking. I don't want to make it too obvious that I'm moving up here. And if we just crawl towards the enemy, hopefully we'll be able to get some good shots. Oh boy, I don't like that though. Looks like they've got a machine gun over here that I'm unable to see. Oh boy. Oh, did we just shoot a German trying to come in here? Or is that one of our boys? I believe it's one of ours. Somebody's standing. I don't know why he would be standing back here. Oh, that's right. It might be actually one of the units that's retreating. Now, here's what we could try. We could grab these guys. I was wondering if that provides us any cover. No way. No way. No. Get back. We're going to try to get back down the hill. As you can see, we're getting shot at quickly. So we're going to get right back down that hill.
On your feet, soldier.
Shame we don't have some air support. Now, the Germans are suffering from more morale damage than we are. Pretty much, I'm hoping that that's what's going to win us the battle here. Let's take a look at the units we got back here. We've not really done much with them. I don't know, should we make a push for Middle Hill? I just don't think so. Come on, get down. That's right. That's what we want you to do. Get down closer. We're going to have to move these guys forward a bit. They are not following orders. There could... I mean, it's obviously shell shock that's affecting them, but there could be a German unit a lot closer, because I'm seeing those tracers awfully close. Looks like he is going to move forward, but maybe not the best idea. You know, he's absolutely broken at this point. Fire! Get a nice 30 cal on it at least. Now the thing is, you know, we hear a lot about the 50 cal, but I know nothing about the 30 cal. Nonetheless, it's quite effective in this game, especially, you know, against groups of enemy infantry that are running, pretty much standing up. It does a great job at knocking them down. Oh my goodness, look at all those Germans. We actually knocked down one of them up here. But pretty much this is just going to be a back and forth shoot fest, unless one of these sides decides to try and make a run for one of the positions. And I don't think it's safe for us to make that run right now. I'm certainly not going to risk the lives of my men. I'm going to pretty much let things play out here. Oh, nice. Good shooting. Even up here on this ridge, they're going to have machine guns for sure. All right, let's take a look here at the chat. Man, it's a bloodbath. Van Bishop. Can you get it from Steam? I'm honestly not sure, as the game has not been released yet. I'm really not sure if it's going to be Steam or if it's going to be Matrix Store exclusive. The 1,000-yard stare, exactly. That's one of the sort of shell shock signs of shell shock. Thank you, Ilsa. Ilsa's liking it. He's saying it looks cool. I think so far, I'm really liking the feedback, guys. It seems, I mean, and tell me if you disagree, of course, but it does seem that everybody is pretty on board with the move to 3D. I think the game looks a lot better. I think that, you know, even though I'm a classic fan of close combat, for anybody that has checked out my channel and knows me, you know that I play all of the old close combats. I mean, the oldest of the close combats. But I really think that, to move on in the future, I think this was definitely the right move. This is what we needed. We've got topography now. We still have multiplayer, of course. I hope to be seeing a lot of you guys on the multiplayer servers. There's just a lot here, and I really enjoy it. There we go, another hit on the Germans. And now that we've got them, we're targeting the Fallschirmjägers here. Oh, another hit! They're just hugging the hill, but they're too close to us. They're on our side of the hill. They should be here in the center or on that side, but they've decided to get a little cocky here, and I think it's going to cost them their lives, which is wonderful. We'll also take a look after. We didn't look at that in the first battle. We'll take a look at the medals. Just like any close combat game, there are going to be medals given to your men afterwards, depending on how they do. Everything from basic purple hearts to, a bronze star sort of thing. So it's there's a number of different possibilities. We'll take a look at that after. I'm not sure there's going to be any medals given out during this battle. As, to be fair, everybody pretty much did their part here. There's no actual heroes, I wouldn't say. I think everybody really did their part. Got a few... There's another German hit. Beautifully done, guys. But maybe some of these forward units are going to get, somewhat more medals than the other ones. I'm really not sure. Nonetheless, that was a great shot. Germans littering the battlefield here. What I want to do is kind of spread these guys out more, but keep in mind, any movement we make on this battlefield right now is very, very dangerous. So again, it might be in our best interest to just stay put. Another hit. Man, another one. My goodness. All right, here we go. Got some major movement from the Germans here. And they're heading west. They are leaving the hill, guys. Oh, guys, I know you guys always tell me not to charge, but I mean, come on. Come on, really? They're leaving the hill. Maybe there's no more there. Let's send in the mortar. Sorry, mortar. Best of luck to you, buddy. You don't have any rounds left, so this is kind of all you can provide us. Go for it. And we're going to take the 30 cal as well. I'm just going to attempt it once. I'm going to make one attempt at a push, and then I'll leave. And the only reason I'm doing this is because of the mass exodus of the Fallschirmjägers from this position. I see the enemy retreat. I immediately want to start moving forward. They're already under fire. They're not going to make it much farther. Let's see if the platoon reserves... Now, the platoon reserves have taken probably more damage than any of the groups here. I'm just going to have them fire at the enemy over there. It's just one guy, but I'm hoping the continuous fire from the weapon will keep them down. And as you can see, yeah, they immediately scatter. They know what's up. They know what's going on here, and that their days are numbered. So they're trying to get away from that area, which is why I am so desperately trying to grab it. But I know they'll probably have a machine gun over here, so maybe it's best we just stay put. Nice. This guy's getting some shots. Just going to get the scouts out of this position. Not that I think they're in any danger. I just want to bring them a bit closer to the battlefield. Yeah, there's definitely going to be Germans up here. This is a great spot. Just to give you guys an idea, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys like a visual. Look at this. If you got a machine gun on top of this hill... Oh, sorry. If you got a machine gun on top of this hill, what can you see? The entire battlefield. The entire battlefield. We could be on any of these hills, and this the machine guns up on this area can fire down on us quite easily. And of course, in this game, or currently, we're playing Tunisia, but where this really it gives a great impression of the battle. I mean, Tunisia is a great example, but it's going to be Sicily and Italy in general. Just the Italian campaign, constant hills, constant mountains, etc., must have been an absolute nightmare. Because you just, obviously you got to work your way up a massive hill to be able to destroy the enemy. But not just that, the enemy could potentially be spotting you or be seeing you miles away. They could see you coming up a mountain pass from up on top of the safety of the hill. And by the time you get up there, they're going to destroy you, and you're not going to be really able to escape in a fast manner. You're going to have to either put up a fight or surrender. So I love these hills. I think they're extremely dangerous. And I think so far, the best thing we can do is stay put. Obviously, if we get an opportunity to get a shot like we did over there when they were trying to retreat, we should take it, but we should not put ourselves in harm's way. Try to save as many of our boys as possible and sort of inch our way forward little by little, especially in hilly terrain like this. I think it's the only way to go about things. Oh, we just got hit. Our poor scout car is just burning up. Down to 2 minutes, guys. Oh, man. I don't know why these guys decided to go all the way out. We did not order them. But have patience. It is beta, so there's going to be some issues like that. And it looks like the enemy also targeted them with mortars. That is pretty crazy. Now, in terms of morale, you can see we have slightly less than the enemy. If you look up here, we do have slightly less. But in terms of actual battle locations, we have... actually, we have 4 to 4. It looked like we had more, but they've got 4 locations. 1, 2, 3, 4, all along the back here, essentially, while we've taken these hills. So I think it's a pretty good starting point. And once again, if we are playing the beta here, but if we're playing the base game, what would occur in this battle is, assuming it ends in a stalemate, our next fight would be on the same battlefield, but we would have all these positions so we could deploy men on them over here, over here, over here as well. And once we took the entire battlefield, then and only then would we move to the next battle in the campaign. 116. I really want to see the casualties list here. We played it very safe on this one. Very, very safe. We could have played it even safer. But I think we're going to be okay. Look at that. Just a fresh BAR team. Not a single guy wounded. In the last battle, I think just about every one of our teams was badly, badly damaged. So even here, just moving that BAR team in cover attracted some gunfire from the enemy. 44 seconds. Come on, baby. Set them on an ambush, even though we really don't need to. As the Germans, I would be setting a lot of ambushes because we know the Americans are going to have to attack to take those points. The pressure is really on the Americans. Let's be honest. There we go. All right, let's see how it went. Debrief. A stalemate once again. So as you can see, killed on our side, 7 killed, 32 wounded. The enemy had 9 killed and 18 wounded. We took more casualties than the enemy, but didn't get as many kills. Now let's take a look at the actual soldiers. So we'll see here if anybody got a level up. So far, I'm just seeing purple hearts. You can see the purple hearts there on the right side. More purple hearts. Yeah, I don't think anybody was necessarily going to get a medal for this one. Seems pretty standard. We'll keep on going down. And of course, for those of you that are new to the Close Combat series, I should mention that orange is wounded, yellow is lightly wounded, red is dead, and I believe green is in great condition, etc. So these guys are pretty badly wounded, as you can see here. Johnston, Adams, and Burke are sergeant. Not sure those guys are going to be in any future battles. But as you can see, since we are playing the actual beta, we're not getting that continuation that we got before. But if you were playing the standard game, you would get a continuation. So again, if we were in... sorry, let me go back. We were in Mature. If we were in Mature, over there at the Tyne Valley, we had a stalemate. So again, half would be American, half would be German. We would have to fight this battle again with our new locations. Once we beat that, we go on to Hill 278, and so on and so forth. So now let's try, maybe now we'll do a battle as the Germans. We'll see kind of how the Germans play. But again, I want to really reiterate that I've seen a lot of comments, you know, saying like, "Oh, is this just an American game, etc." No, it's not. Again, you can play as both sides. You can also play in multiplayer as both sides and do very well. But the game is really geared towards an American campaign. Yes, empty. There is definitely multiplayer, 100%, my friend. Yeah, I totally agree. Van Bishop is saying the topographic view with contour lines for relief is quite nice and useful. I absolutely agree. It looks beautiful. I really enjoy it. I just think this adds a tremendous amount to the game. So we're gonna go ahead and play as the Germans and see how we do. Yeah, that is actually. I'm glad that Loyal Citizen mentioned that. That's important. It is 1 versus 1. So I'm not sure if that's going to change. At least all the other close combats have been 1 versus 1. Perhaps something will be different. We'll have to wait and see. All right, guys, give me just 2 minutes. I shall return. We're going to take a 1-minute intermission. How's that? Thank you for your patience, friends.
Внимание!
All right. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to jump in and play as Germany. Thank you, sir. Welcome aboard. Let's switch sides here. Let's go to Germany. Let's actually head back to Maine. Jump back into Tunisia. Let's go for the Kasserine Pass. For anybody not familiar with the Kasserine Pass, this is a narrow pass. A number of amazing ambushes, armored ambushes, occurred here. Rest assured that, you know, Kasserine Pass is an essential part of the Tunisian experience. So we're going to play in Bouchecha. Following disastrous defeats at Sidi Bou, Zid, and Kasserine Pass, U.S. forces must regroup and block the Africa Corps further advance to the major Allied logistical hub at Tibessa. All right, so we're going to play in Bouchecha. After success at Kasserine, your Panzer Grenadiers and supporting tanks are well positioned to continue their drive through Bouchecha and ultimately a breakthrough to Tibessa. Probe southwest across the Badlands and ridges of Bouchecha, secure strongholds, and uproot enemy resistance. The winding road through Bouchecha Pass may not be the most direct route, but it may afford the best route for your tanks and infantry to coordinate. All right. Pretty cool. I'm a little nervous because if you guys take a look there at the at our side, we've got quite a lot to use, quite a lot on our side, which could be useful, including airstrikes, I believe. 1 second, boys. Let's open this up. 1 second. Thank you, loyal citizens. We're saying only B1 has complete continuation. As access, you will play Germans and Italians. And that's another interesting thing about the Italians. I just want to let people know, I'll give you guys a little tip regarding when you're facing Italians in multiplayer. Try not to charge buildings with Italians inside. I think I'll let Loyal Citizen decide if he wants to tell us why that is. But the Italians are actually quite strong in this game in terms of close combat, but there's a reason why. And I'll let you guys figure that out on your own. All right, without further ado, guys, let's get into this battle. Look at all this. We've got artillery. We've got air support. We should be okay, right? I think so. Let's see. Let's jump right in here. Panzer IV, Panzer III, I mean, these are beautiful. These are support vehicles, of course, so if we were playing a campaign, we wouldn't use this. But once again, we go back up here to the additions, which I think are really, really cool in this game. There's additional things you can actually add to your units, but there are some negatives associated, once again. So for anybody that hasn't seen this in the first part of the video, pretty much the way it works is if we take a sniper here, we add it to this unit, he'll break away and we'll have one less Panzer Grenadier in the MG unit. I think that's fine. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Let's do it. Now, I don't believe the enemy's going to have any tanks, but that would be foolish, because they almost certainly will. So let's... Do we want to bring in any support? No, let's just go in like this. Let's make it happen. Come on, guys. We've got this. Wir Deutschland will have no problems crushing these Americans. They are scoundrels. Alright, so here we go. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness, she's a beauty. Look at all that beautiful, beautiful vehicles. Okay, let's take a look at this battlefield. So, for the most part, we are defending. Pretty sure. There is, of course, the Bouchecha pass that we need to take. But we do own this area and Hill 1204. So what I'm going to do, we've got a wonderful mortar here. I'll put him back here. We've got a few different guys over here that I think are going to be quite useful, so I'm going to grab them. Just want the Panzer III, honestly. I'll just grab the Panzer. I want to see how close I can get, and I think it's going to be right there. So we'll keep one of the tanks up here. Panzer Grenadier here. And here's what I want to do. I'll take the Panzer Grenadier MG. We'll fast move him right there. We'll bring the tank. We'll see how he handles this terrain. Probably not very well. And I think kind of going up this road is probably exactly what the enemy expects. So I don't know if that's what I want to do. I think I want to be careful moving up that road. Look at all these MG units we have, guys, on these scatterlands. Alright, take this MG. Let's go ahead and push him right there. Take the Panzer Kampfwagen and fast move him right here. I feel like he's probably going to take the first hit. And we'll keep that Panzer Grenadier unit right there. For the Spa-Troop, this is an enemy scout unit. I thought initially that the Spa-Troop was pretty much like a group of SS guys that get facial masks and, you know, exfoliate and take mud baths and sort of thing. But it's not. It's actually a scout team. So keep that in mind. Spa-Troop, scout team, not actual Spa soldiers. All right, let's get this Panzer here. Although that would be pretty cool. Special hygiene division. All right, let's push here. Nope, that's not gonna work. All right, so there we go. Yeah, we really have to get it so that the tank, yeah, this will have to work. And again, I want the Spa-Troop close because they can actually get a pretty good visual on the enemy. Since they're scout troops. Right now we're gonna have to not worry too much about the Spa-Troops, and I'm also gonna keep these guys on ambush. Just so that they stay down. And as for the, I don't know. It seems to me that like an anti-tank gun in a situation like this is not going to be very useful. I mean, what we'll do is we'll put it up on top of a hill here. So he can kind of get a view of the rest of the battlefield. Let's go for it. Going straight for Bouchecha Pass. We've got armor moving. Let's just hope the enemy doesn't have much in terms of anti-tank weaponry. And of course, once again, I love this. The topography, the terrain is realistic. I mean, the Panzer's not just going to immediately fly up here. It's actually going to take some engine power to force his way up this difficult pass. Let's take the Panzer Kampfwagen. I'm just going to move him to the edge here. Even that's probably a little bit too much. Yeah, I'm going to keep on moving with the Panzer Grenadier. We haven't got shot at here yet, so I am going to press my luck. Get our guys over here, see if we can't grab Bouchecha Pass. Oh, there we go. First contact. First contact. Gonna be coming from? Up here. Okay, so they're all the way back here. Wow, they're all the way back here. And again, once again, the topography plays into their hands because they can see down on us. That's a problem. We've got a lot of work to do if we want to get up there. So let's take the Panzerkampfwagen. That's right, I'm moving right in. I'm a little unsure with this tank looking that way, so I'm going to actually have him face this way. And for Hill 1204, just trying to look at different locations where we could have some cover. Yeah, I don't think there are many. We'll just have these guys defend because we've got our mortar here, etc. Our mortar is going to be quite important to knocking out some enemy positions. Let's just hope they don't have any guys on top of that hill. We have taken the Bouchecha Pass, but don't get too excited. The enemy could decide to return fire at any time, and we've seen the tank. You know what that means. I know what I want to hit. We're going to hit the redoubt. Hopefully our artillery can knock out that tank. It looks like our air support has not yet arrived. I absolutely have to say I love the voice work done by the Germans. I don't know if I'm alone on that, but on every single close combat, absolutely sends shivers up my spine. It's really good. Stellung. I think I've learned most of my German from this game. Sanitäter, Stellung. Alright, let's get the Stoßtrupp. Could just grab these guys and make a push, but we know better. We're waiting for that artillery. Just looking at my my pocket watch to see when it's arriving. There we go. I believe it's coming. They're getting a little bit of breathing room. There we go. Perfect hit. Did you guys see that? 1, 2, 3 hits there from the first strike. So now we're getting up here on the hill. Come on now, boys. Just because my biggest fear is that they're going to have a tank waiting for us right there. Oh, boy. All right, enemy fire up there. Perfect time. And I think we get another shot with our arty. We're going to drop some mortars on that infantry. Feierstellung. No, we don't get another attack with the artillery. So, pretty standard. Did we get the tank? I don't think so. I'm just looking around here to see if I can spot any casualties. And again, if the fog of war doesn't, or if the fog of war hasn't been exposed here yet, which I don't think it fully has, we're not going to see everybody. Here we go. Here's the enemy vehicle. It's a medium tank. Oh, come on, Panzer. We got our Panzer IV guys. You know what I want to shoot at. But he's got to get into position first. Oh, man. Oh! This is going to be really close. Really close. There we go. Direct hit. But maybe the arty's just not strong enough to bust through the tank. I believe that's a Sherman. That's a medium. Yeah, it's got to be a Sherman. Come on. Get him. Get him. Weird trajectory here, but it better work. I mean, technically, we have some better cover than the enemy because most of our tank is sloped down the hill. Come on. Feuer. Oh, this is going to be a nasty little tank battle here. Another thing I might do. Where's our 8 centimeter? We know there's infantry here. I know that's not going to affect the tank in the slightest. But maybe just firing where we know there's infantry might be a good idea. So we're going to open fire there. And, oh my goodness. There's our mortar attack. Absolutely got some casualties on the American side. Look at that. I think they're going to abandon this position. Oh! What do you guys think of the explosives, or the explosions so far in the game? Let's get some feedback on those. Oh my goodness, man. beautiful. He got it. He got it, guys. He got that Sherman. She's burning. And I think now we could actually go for the redoubt. Again, I'm known for my crazy attacks, but this time I think it might just be justified. Let's go. We're just going to take a few groups. See if we got any smoke grenades. We're going to get a bit closer before we use the smoke. That baby's burning up. I love it. Oh, no! Okay. False sense of security. And our tank got nuked there. We're just going to stay put. We're going to defend. We're actually going to head back down the hill. I don't need to take that position. If they're going to put up... Hey, look. If they're going to be that emotional, all right, about the position, we'll let them have it. We're just going to let them have it. It's not because we're not good enough. All right? We're just going to let them have that area. There's no way we're going to break through there. Now, when we looked at the battle, we did have air support. And sometimes in close combat, certain supports will come in later. There's another beautiful strike. So maybe we just wait for the support. Because right now, we're putting our lives men at risk. Let's put it that way. I love seeing that burning Sherman, though. That is awesome. All right, enemies advancing. Enemies advancing. Put everybody in ambush. So I think they're going to try to get close. We'll even put our Panzer crew in ambush. There we go. One down. Yeah, easy hits here for our guys. Again, the pressure really is on the Americans to make the first moves, to pretty much make the offensive attempts. So it does make, I think it does make the game in certain battles a little bit harder for them. A little bit more of a challenge, let's say. And we do have that second tank, but no way I am risking it, although we could try to move it up this street. So that's what we'll do. We know they've got another tank or an AT gun. Nope, it's a tank. It's a tank right there. You know what? Wait a minute. Wait just a gosh darn minute here. We're going to try and get a shot on him. Man, it's going to be risky, though. I'm actually don't even feel safe moving this guy up there. I think we need to kind of get him down here first. And keep in mind, this is a Panzer III. This is not a Panzer IV. There's not a huge difference between the two, but the Panzer IV is certainly stronger. I think a nice position there. Let's see if we can switch that mortar fire a little bit. The 8 centimeter. We're going to switch it to these units back here. Okay, guys, we've got our airstrike. Let's hope that the Luftwaffe can help us here, because we need their help to take that tank out. And also take the machine gun out at the same time. Come on, Goring, we need you to do your job. Oh! That was a beauty! Now, unfortunately, I think the tank is doing just fine. We actually tracked it. So which tracked it essentially means we knocked off the tracks. We also killed somebody inside the tank and wounded 3 people. Actually, 4 kills and 3 alive inside that tank. So that's a bit strange. There were 7 people totally in and on that tank. So I guess that also counts the MG units around, because he's doing just fine. But we completely destroyed the machine gun unit. Let's take the Panzer III. Now that we're not really going to focus on him too much, we're going to move the Panzer III up this road. I'll do the same thing with the STKFZ. Didn't really focus much on this pack gun. We'll push him forward, but I think his abilities are limited in this battle, let's say. Just because of the geography. Alright, this is where things get dangerous. Are they going to be waiting for us with another tank? Very possibly. Yeah, that was a wonderful attack for sure by the Air Force. Definitely a very pinpointed attack. So if you're trying to like take out some group of enemies in a building, or obviously an armored vehicle, maybe something a little less strong than a tank, it's great to use. I'm guessing also that maybe 30% of the time or 40% of the time it could destroy the tank, or maybe just light tanks and light armor. That's also a possibility. Now we move this group of Germans up, yes, including our mortar, just because if I can take this area, I'm going for it. I don't want to risk our tank yet, so I'll push our tank up here, but still I'm keeping them behind the mountains here. If we take a look at the topography, you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to put them in this area right there, and so it'd be pretty hard to destroy them. Now we have taken the Bouchecha Junction. That's an interesting name for a location, Bouchecha Junction. This area must be bombed quite a lot, but that's not too bad. So taking that area, taking this area too. I'd love to make a push for the redoubt, but I think it's a death sentence. I think it's a death sentence. I don't think we should go for it. Let's see if that enemy tank can spot me. Because ideally, I want to get over here on the redoubt and get some machine gun fire on the enemy. I'm going to try it. I think as long as we stay sort of on this side of the buildings, it'll be a bit harder for the enemy tank to spot me. And maybe we could get some machine gun rounds off at the enemy. We're going to try it, because of course we're moving the tank up. We've got a few groups here, a few units that can do just fine on their own. And I believe we also have another shot with the mortar. Yeah, let's just keep on firing at these guys. Just going to fire in the general direction of them. Very quiet right now. I'm just gritting my teeth, hoping for an okay move. Okay, no, that wasn't okay. It wasn't. It may have been directed at him, but it missed and hit over there. Now, some of this fire is coming from here. Unless it's just our own men. And as you can see, look at that. Immediately we got into some easier terrain. It was easier for his vehicle to move. The second he's back up on the hill, things once again become quite dangerous. Now, what I'm going to do, because I know he will get killed by that tank if we get too close, I'm just going to set him up on ambush mode here. So if any if any Americans leave that area, we should be able to knock them down immediately. Trying to look for other areas where we could set up and engage. I'm gonna move some guys up here. Whoa, 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 whoa! Where's that coming from? Oh my goodness! Look at that, guys! The enemy dropping artillery on our Panzer III, or in the general direction of our Panzer III. I guess they're trying to destroy this guy. Oh my goodness! All right, we're gonna keep pushing forward to the SDKFC because I see an opportunity here to engage. Fire! Let him have it, boys. Let him have it. Beautiful. This is what we were looking for, and sure enough, the SDKFC is firing away. Nice! Good hit! Good hit. This is kind of what we were hoping for. That the enemy would try to overextend, and they are doing just that. Glad we moved these guys up too, the Stoßtrupp and the Panzergrenadier MG unit, because we are getting great shots on the American platoon reserves here. And of course, since these are reserves, these guys are, they're wet under the ear. They have just arrived on the battlefield. So this is their first fight. I don't think they're exactly up to the task. Oh boy. It's an awfully close shot near the SDKFZ. Let's switch over there to the rifle team just so that the front of our vehicle won't be, or I should say the side of our vehicle won't be exposed to enemy fire. I want him aiming this way. Oh, that was very close. I believe that was an enemy turret round from the tank. Awfully close, man. And it looks like it's still some more mortar rounds outgoing. We're not done with our mortars. That's a direct hit on the enemy 30 cal unit. Let's get a look there. Oh, that is brutal. Good shooting, man. Really does not want to target that unit. He's really trying to target the enemy here. Now that will certainly be fixed post-beta because this is not Graviteam, which means that in Graviteam or like, I guess you could call them like ultra-realistic simulators, sometimes your men will not follow your advice. In this game, your men will only not follow your orders if they're in a state of panic. So if you order a unit to do something, they will do it. You know, even if it's run into the middle of enemy machine gun fire, they will do it. Once it gets to panic mode, though, then they pretty much do their own thing, which is why we saw in the previous battles our men running in each and every direction to try and escape the enemy. Well, there we go. He's still getting great shots. I love that the enemy tank is still trying to hit him, but with the topography here, it's very minor. I'll show you guys. See, it's a very tiny hill, but it's enough. Okay, it was enough to protect us from 3 or 4 hits, but the last one got us. There we go. Just goes to show you how you can use the geography, topography in this particular game for a lot of good. Now I'm kind of upset that they took that unit out. I'm really tempted now. Really tempted to do a charge. I'm really tempted to do it. But you know what? You guys know me too well. I'm not going to. I don't know why he decided to go all the way out. Just drop him there. And again, we've taken quite a few locations. 1, 2, 3, 4 locations that we've taken. The enemy holds 3. Technically, we've come out on top here. And look at that. Our tank is still operational. I totally forgot about this guy. We've still got a Panzer III more than capable of doing his job. And it looks like he might even be able to target. Yes, he can, guys. He can target the M3 medium tank right there. I just want to make absolutely sure he's targeted him properly. I don't even think he knows that we spotted him. But this would be an amazing shot at distance. Oh, that was close. Oh my goodness, our pack can target him too. 302 meters, we got him, we got him. I'm not sure if it was the pack that got him or our tank, but that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. Got a lot of burning vehicles here on the battlefield. Let's... No, we're not going to go for that. That's crazy. Let's just push this way. Hopefully they don't have any more tanks. We took out 2, and we can just use our tanks to absolutely smash these troops. See, now I'm a little tempted, or thinking that perhaps a charge could work in this situation. But of course, we risk losing a lot of men, and maybe not the greatest idea. Maybe right now we should just try and kill as many enemies as possible with our tank. There we go, reserve units. Open fire, I hope that machine gun's still working. Come on, there we go. Yeah, she's definitely still working. Working overtime. Good shooting. 1 down. 2 down. We'll have 3 and 4 here. Yep, 3 and 4 down. Man, this guy is just ravenous for some American GIs. Keep firing. Oh! Okay, that was not so great. Taking a nasty hit to the side there. They're going to bail. Now, that did not look like a turret. That's got to be, it's got to be an AT gun. Has to be. Incredibly, they survived, but still very, very even here. I'm going for it. You bet. You bet. I'm going for it. Krieg! No!
That's blue!
Way up. Here we go, here we go. This is true close combat. Doesn't get much closer than this, boys and girls. Here we go. Oh, come on now. You can do it, man. Open up on the platoon reserves. At this point, we'll throw everything on the platoon reserves. Yeah, we know this is a lost cause because they have a unit here and a unit here. So we're not going to make any more attacks. But we're still going to try to take out these guys. And I think we can. Got some nice close combat going on here. And I'm just going to keep on firing with the SDKFC. Ooh, it seems he spotted another target up there. I think it's just going to be one of the enemy BAR teams. We're going to have to fast move. Come on, get up closer. There's another American down. Keep on shooting. Keep on shooting. Come on. Come on. Some of our guys still alive here, of course. Some of our guys have made it to the ridge here. Specifically, the crew of the Panzer IV. You don't usually expect a crew to be this battle-ready or battle-hardened, but these guys are veterans. They've seen more than a few fights. And they know if they just take off running immediately, they're going to get shot in the back. Yeah, pretty much anybody on the outside of the wall there was going to get hit. Oh, another American down. We could move up even more. But I fear we're going to be too close, and then the enemy can, of course, use grenades against us, etc. So I'm going to stay put. I don't think there's much more we need to do in terms of movement. Wow, look at this. Once again, our vehicle crew fighting off a group of Americans, American BAR team, to be exact. I want to see if we have any more mortars left. I don't think so. Oh, yes, we do. All right, so for the mortars, I'm going to pop them right there on the rifles. Oh, boy. So what's he got there? That's a tank hunter team. That is what killed our poor armor before. We want to be very careful. I want to see if I got eyes on them right now. I don't, which means they don't have eyes on me. Way up. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Somebody just fired a massive round on top of the Friedenhall redoubt. Of course, our beautiful mortar doing its work, but I was kind of hoping he would land right on top of the enemy. We don't need any more bad press. We really don't, as Germany. We're trying to avoid hitting civilian targets. There we go. Good hit. That's a mortar that absolutely landed on target right there. You can see the shrapnel would have spread out this way. And once again, even landing right here at seemingly the same distance, that didn't hurt anybody, and I think it's because of this wall here. So, once again, the shrapnel hitting the wall, whereas if the shrapnel hits next to the units with no wall, we got a bunch of casualties. I think that's going to be it for the mortar. He's done his job. I of course, if you guys weren't here, I'd probably charge. But since you are, I think I will not charge. I will target the tank hunter team and just stay put. Again, we have more victory locations than the enemy during this battle. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 1, 2, 3. So I think that's good enough for now. I don't know why the Zugführer once again decided to move forward, but if he's moving forward, we'll go ahead and engage. At least with him. Another hit and another wounded enemy, guys. Nowhere is safe for the Americans in this battle. We're going to catch them every single time. Boy, here we go. Let's see if we manage to knock out any of the tank hunter team. I mean, we're almost at the end of the battle, so it's not nearly as important as it was initially, but it would be nice to knock out that team. They're going to be a problem later on for sure. There is a fresh BAR team there. Can the SDKFC see them? Oh, not quite. But I'm not moving forward. I'm staying put. Trying to see if we have any reserve units. We've got a reserve STKFZ. We'll push them forward. You know, it'd be great, and I forget the name of this variant of the German armored car, but it's an STKFZ with, as opposed to a machine gun in the back, a mortar in the back. Be great if we had one of those. Now, it does have a machine gun in the front, you know, to defend itself, but not a machine gun on the actual back. So it's got one of these, but it's also got a mortar back here. All right, that's definitely the anti-tank team. If they don't pop their heads up, we can't see them. We saw them there for a second. They're popping their heads up, and that could be good enough for them to get a shot on us. Come on, man. Give them a burst of fire at least. There we go. Nice. One down. One down. Not bad. He's dead, too. That is a headshot. Okay, yeah, they got us. We knew that was going to happen eventually. As long as we can hold the Bouchecha pass, I think we're good. I just really want to hold that area. I don't want to lose it to the Americans. I'm going to try to move a machine gun up here to make it even tougher for them to retake the area. And unfortunately, this is one crew that I don't believe is going to survive. It doesn't seem that they've made it out of the SDKFC before becoming human marshmallows. All right, let's grab these guys. Oh, actually, we've held that area. We'll stay put. Looks like the mortar, man. Do the Germans have, like, more ammo in their mortars? What is up with that? They've been firing this thing the entire battle. And we still have rounds. Yeah, I guess we just keep on firing in the same general area. We know there are Americans here, so I'm just going to keep on hitting that area. Oh, there we go. See, now they've revealed themselves. The second after we set the charge, they reveal themselves. Let's fire at these guys, this BAR team. Oh, nope, that's not going to be possible. And actually, we are down to our... Nope, we don't have any more mortar rounds. We're down to just firing standard bullets. At this distance, we're not going to hit a single thing, but I think we'll just stay put and kind of wait till the end of the battle. Keep it up, keep it up. Try to escape with the remaining crew member here. I think we may have had a prisoner there. No, just separated. So that's what happens, like, when they get shell shock. I love that. We saw the guys, like, running everywhere. They actually become separated from their unit. So some of our guys are, like, just kind of hanging out here near the enemy. Not quite next to them, but also not on our line either. And not, you know, active for combat. So it's an interesting situation that our men have put themselves in. Or that I put them in, I should say. And I'm not sure in a battle, you know, at the end of a battle, how that would work out. I guess it'll be like the last guy where, like, they can sort of return whenever they get rid of their battle fatigue, and sometimes they can just come back and rejoin their units. Whereas I guess sometimes maybe they just disappear behind enemy lines and get shot or captured, etc. It's a Panzerzugführer. So this guy's come back. Oh, there we go. 1, 2. Okay, okay, okay. So these guys are okay. They're operational here in the Friedenhall redoubt, but I don't think we have enough men to take it, honestly. We're still going to try. 30 seconds to take a position. It's been done before. No, they're not going to do it yet. And it's because they have seen a lot of combat. They're definitely terrified. I can't blame them. Like, all of the enemy gunfire is coming from here. This area has been hit numerous times by artillery. And yeah, he's getting out of here. Look at that. He's like, nope. No, sir. I can follow your orders, but that is just madness. I'm heading back to the line. All right, there we go, guys. Let's take a look at the final outcome of this battle. It's a stalemate. All right. So we had 4 killed on our side, 22 wounded. But we managed to kill 13 Americans, 29 wounded. Of course, probably mostly because of our artillery. It worked so well here. Let's take a look at our soldiers. And yes, the Germans also have medals. Also have a medal system, just like the Americans. But as you can see, as far as I can tell, nobody has unlocked any medals yet. These are just Purple Hearts, or the German equivalent of the Purple Heart. I frankly don't know what it's called. But not bad. And we didn't even get to use our Sharpschütze, our sniper. I don't really see where he would have been useful during that actual fight anyway. But nonetheless, I want to thank everybody. Thank you so much, guys, for stopping by the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed and had fun. As always, you guys know where to find me. I'll link here. Hopefully I haven't lost the link yet, but it's always great. I love to see you guys give me feedback here. I regularly play these kinds of games on my channel, on my Twitch channel and YouTube channel, and I'm going to be playing, I can promise you this, a lot of Close Combat. I love this game. I love this series. Those of you that know me know that I'm just obsessed with it. So definitely look out for some more on the way, for sure. And I want to again thank everybody for stopping by and watching this stream. Really hope to see you guys all on the multiplayer there. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys will be able to actually beat me on the multiplayer. You guys already know my tactics, which is essentially mass assault, so I think you guys will know how to approach this situation. Thank you, Bouchecha. Good to see you. Oh, that would be great. Yeah, me and XTRG always love to do a multiplayer match, and I'm sure with this game we're going to be doing a lot of multiplayer matches. Thank you, my friends. Take care, and I shall catch you on the next one. Ilsa asked if you have infinite ammo. I believe you might, and I think it kind of makes sense because, again, these are not massive operations that we're simulating here. These are like short battles, like a firefight almost. So I think it's somewhat realistic not to run out of ammo, but perhaps that element will be added later. I'm not sure. Thank you, guys. Take care. I'll catch you on the next one.